Right, today we're going to be continuing to plot and identify coordinates, but this time we're going to be looking in all four quadrants. To be successful, we're going to be using our previous knowledge of coordinates, we're going to be using our previous knowledge of 2D shapes and their properties, and you're going to be applying all of that knowledge to solve problems. So, today I said we're looking in all four quadrants. Yesterday we were just looking in the positive sides, known as the first quadrant. Today we've got all four, so we are going to be looking at negative coordinates today as well. But it's still, everything I taught you yesterday still applies today. So plot these shapes and identify plot these coordinates and identify what shape they make. So, I still need to remember that I go along the corridor and up the stairs, and my x and y axis are already labelled, but this time you can see my y axis continues all the way down into the negatives, and my x-axis continues all the way left into the negatives also. I also need to remember that when writing coordinates or when reading coordinates, my x-axis is always the first digit, so that's why I go along the corridor first, and then the y is the second digit, that's why I go up or down second. So, first thing I notice is my x coordinate here is 3. That means I'm going to go along 3, and I'm going to go along positive 3, which means right. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to get to there, and my y coordinate here is minus 3, which means I'm going to go down. 1, 2, 3, so there is my first point. About that one now, because I might need to use it. Okay, let's have a look at the next one then. X coordinate is negative 1 or minus 1, so now instead of going right 1, I'm going to be going left 1 because it's minus, so I'm going to get to here, and then it tells me to go up 0, so that means I stay on that line, so that stays there. My third coordinate then, I'm going to go minus 3, so my x coordinate is minus 3, so I'm going to go left 3, so 1, 2, 3 there, and I'm going to go down 3, because my y coordinate is minus 3, so 1, 2, 3, so that's going to take me to there. And finally, my last one, nice and simple, I'm just going to go along 5, and I'm not going to go up or down anything because my y is 0. So once I have my shape, remember I need to join up my coordinates. Not happy with that, that's not on the line. I'm going to try that one again. There we go. Join up my coordinates, and I can clearly see what shape they make. I have my parallelogram. What I'd like to do now is have a look at, task 1. Can you make these shapes? Can you plot the coordinates in all four quadrants to make the shapes that it states? When you're ready for task 2, come back. Right, task 2 then. Looking at problems in all four quadrants. This is just like yesterday in the problems. I need to use my knowledge of shape and my knowledge of coordinates when there is no grid. The diagram shows 3 identical shaded triangles. So these are the same. These 3 triangles are the same on coordinate axes. What are the coordinates of A and B? I can see A is and B is on the side. So A is up here and B is on the left there. Now I'm looking at A and B, and there's nothing around there, nothing in this area, nothing in this area that has any numbers. All of my information is at the bottom here. So let's use this information then. I can see that to get from 0 to this point must be 25, because my x coordinate there is 25. And that side must be the same as that one. So therefore, this point must be 25 long, which means A must be at point 25 high, there. So straight away, A, I know that my y must be 25. Now let's think, how can I figure out how far along it is? I want to now find this point here. So how do I find that point? Well, I can see here, this is the other bit of information I'm probably going to need. I can see here that the point from 0 down to here is -6, so my y coordinate there is -6, so that length must be 6. Therefore, this length here must also be 6. So can I go back 6 to get to whatever that is on the x-axis? So 25 take away 6 must be 19. So A must be 19 along to get to here and 25 up, bang, getting to there. Now let's have a look at B. Straight away, if I know that this point here, anywhere along this line is 19, and I know that this length here is the same as the one at the bottom, which was 25, then I can get to this point here, which on the x-axis would be there. So if I do 25, if I'm on 19 and I'm going to take away 25, I'm going to get to -6. So for B must be -6 backwards along the x-axis. And how high? Right, let's figure out how high this is going to be. So I want now this point on the y-axis. Well, I know that this bit in here, I'm going to change colour so you can see it very clearly. I know this bit in here is 6. Something, whatever it is 6. And if that is 25 high, if A is 25 high, and I want this bit here, I want however high that bit is, then I'm going to do 25 take away 6, so this must be 19 high. -6, 19. What I'd like you to have a go at now, both groups have task 2, which is these problems, looking at shapes and coordinates in all 4 axes. Green group, once you have done that, that's the end of your lesson. Blue group, you'll notice you have a task 3, so you should be the only ones continuing this video now. Your task 3 looks something like this. In this diagram, R is an equal distance from P and Q. So what does that tell me? The distance from there to there is the same as the distance from R to Q, there to there. So those two distances are the same, which means R is bang in the middle of that line. That's going to be my key point today. What are the coordinates of R? Well, let's have a look. If Q is, I can see 100 along the x-axis, and R is in the middle, well, what is in the middle of 0 and 100 must be 50. So R must be 50 along. And Y, if P is at 30, so 0 to 30, and R is bang in the middle, then the difference of the point in the middle of 0 and 30 must be 15, so it must be 15 high. So where it says things are equal distance for each other, the key to this is they are in the middle. I'm finding the coordinates that are in the middle. So can you now do your task solving similar problems where you're finding the coordinates along a line?